Kourtney Kardashian just spilled a long-kept family secret involving her mom, Kris Jenner, and some questionable branded watches on the latest episode of The Kardashians. Apparently, the momager once ended up buying some supposedly authentic designer pieces at a steal, and they eventually ended up starting to chip at one point. On the March 20th, 2025 episode of The Kardashians, the momager was planning her mother's 90th birthday party while having a light-hearted conversation with Kourtney on FaceTime. The Lemmy founder, for some reason, decided that it was a good time to humble her mother and helmed the conversation toward an embarrassing territory from the past. The time Jenner purchased what she believed were genuine Chanel watches hot off a truck. Jenner, at the time, believed that they got the pieces at a steal, thanks to a tip from Kathie Lee Gifford. The momager ended up gifting the watches to her children for Christmas in the early days of their reality TV fame. However, the illusion of scoring a high-end bargain quickly unraveled when the so-called Chanel watches started chipping and the diamonds fell out. Kourtney quipped that her mother insisted she had spent 5 times her usual budget on these lavish gifts, only to be sorely disappointed. While the momager immediately looked flustered at Kourtney's recollection, she neither fully confirmed nor denied her daughter's quip. However, the mother later admitted that she wasn't entirely certain if the watches were genuinely Chanel or if they might have been fakes acquired from a less than reputable source. Khloe Kardashian revealed that she hasn't gotten laid in years in the same episode. Khloe Kardashian dropped a bombshell as well, disclosing that she hasn't had sex in years. During the March 20th, 2025 episode of The Kardashians, hairstylist Kris playfully suggested, "Let's get Khloe laid," prompting Khloe to reveal her intimate dry spell. She joked that Appleton seemed obsessed with the idea she hadn't slept with anyone in a long time. In a candid confessional, the Good American co-founder then explained that she hasn't been intimate in quite a long time, primarily due to her own choice and caution in finding the right partner. Her dating life has faced public scrutiny ever since her problematic relationship with ex-Tristan Thompson. But Khloe has previously expressed a desire to heal and focus on herself for now. This sentiment also extended to her Khloe in Wonderland podcast, where she reiterated fears about re-entering the dating world, citing past heartbreak and the trauma tied to her ex's widely publicized affair. While she acknowledges that having sex is possible, Khloe insists she simply doesn't want to right now. Kris Jenner is a mom to 6 successful children. She welcomed her first 4 children, Kourtney Kardashian Barker, Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, and Rob Kardashian with her late ex-husband Robert Kardashian, and later welcomed 2 more children, Kendall Jenner and Kylie Jenner, with her second ex-husband Caitlyn Jenner. Kris is also all her children's manager, or should we say momager. She's helped her kids land exclusive business opportunities and has given them well-needed advice. Plus, she supposedly earns 10% of every business venture from her kids, which makes her the 3rd richest Kardashian Jenner. In a new interview with her daughter Khloe for her Khloe in Wonderland podcast, Kris opened up about motherhood, including how it was taboo to have children in her 40s. Thankfully, she didn't let anyone talk her down as she welcomed Kendall and Kylie at 40 and 41, respectively. Kris Jenner recalled people questioning her when she wanted to have children in her 40s. Kris joined her daughter, Khloe, on an episode of her new Khloe in Wonderland podcast, where she opened up about always wanting to have children and a big family. What was interesting was the momager detailing how people were telling her how risky it would be to have kids in her 40s. Having children at that age was considered taboo and dangerous. This was the 90s. It was almost whispered about, like taboo. Like she's 40 and she's going to have a baby, is she nuts? Although Kris knew it was safe to have children, people still questioned her decision to do so, and then it was obviously safe to have babies at that age. But everybody thought there was also some danger to it. Like, what's going on? How could she have a baby in her 40s? Aren't all her eggs gone? It was very controversial, she shared. Kris had already welcomed 4 children with her ex-husband, Robert Kardashian, but always wanted a total of 6 kids, calling it my destiny. When speaking to Khloe, "I used to pray about it. I used to claim it was going to happen." Kris revealed she messed up when she split with Robert, but when she married Caitlyn Jenner in 1991, They would welcome Kendall in 1995 and Kylie 2 years later. Kris experienced a few heartbreaking miscarriages in between having her children. In her interview on the Chloe in Wonderland podcast, Kris revealed that the journey towards motherhood was not easy. The momager had experienced a few miscarriages in between the births of her children. I got pregnant right away and then had a miscarriage. But I also had a miscarriage right before Robert was born, so at a couple months. Right before I got pregnant with Rob, I had a miscarriage. And then I had a miscarriage right before Kendall, Kris shared. However, she was determined to make her dream come true of being a mom to 6 children, even if that meant following any and all wives' tales. So when I got pregnant with Kendall, we were really trying because I thought, this isn't taking me down. I will show my body. It's almost like a challenge to get pregnant. I would think about it day and night. I had things planned out in my head. That was my goal in life. To get married and to be able to raise a family, have 6 kids and live happily ever after. Kris further explained that she wasn't sure why the number 6 stuck with her, but admitted it might have been growing up with family television shows like Leave It to Beaver and I Love Lucy, which she called more traditional. Will Kris plan to marry her longtime boyfriend, Corey Gamble? Kris hinted at the possibility of getting married for the 3rd time in an episode of The Kardashians in July 2024. While speaking to friends, Paris Hilton and Faye Resnick, she got emotional when speaking about her hysterectomy surgery, but Faye believed she was going to surprise the women that she was getting married to her boyfriend, Corey Gamble of 10 years. I thought you were going to tell me you're getting married, Faye teased, with Kris replying, I mean not right this very second. Paris then also joked, I thought you were going to say 6 in the morning. I'm like, that's a little early for me to be. Kris then hinted that Paris and Faye would make the perfect bridesmaids at her future wedding. I mean, you guys can totally be bridesmaids when I get married. So maybe when I'm 70. Kris has been dating music manager Corey Gamble since 2014, after the two met during fashion designer Riccardo Tisci's 40th birthday party in Spain. However, her children allegedly questioned Corey's intentions to date the momager because of their 25-year age gap. In fact, Corey was born in the same year as Kim. However, they have since seen how much Corey loves their mother and had easily adapted to their lifestyle. In the same podcast episode, Kris shared her and Corey's secret to their 10-year romance. He makes it easier to be me.